for today's podcast, we have a very special guest. We have a two-time Olympian, Olympic gold medalist, world championship gold medalist, world championship record holder, four-time three-event Indiana high school state champion, NCAA champion in the 400. I'm sure I may have missed something, but correct me if I have. But Miss Lynna Irby Jackson is on the podcast with us.
Hello, hello.
Yes,
Yes, thank you for having me.
yes,
Thank you for being here.
absolutely.
Now, first up, the most recent thing that's happened is the last thing you did was set it was a meet record for the World Championships in the 4x4.
Yep, and I believe the mixed 4x4 too. Yeah, so two championship records. I ran second leg on both. I think in the mixed relay, I was like fastest woman of the day. And then for the 4x4, I obviously had the fastest second leg split and was able to put Team USA in a really good position. So yeah, both amazing races. And especially for me, I was really excited to be peaked at the right time. So
And we were
Absolutely.
excited to see it.
thank you.
Absolutely.
I was
It was
playing the
great.
replay in the office.
Right. At all times. So relays require a lot of trust, right? And so sometimes you all get thrown together. I think that, it can be
Yeah.
kind of a you don't know until you know. So how do you handle or navigate like, okay, do you all already have chemistry because you compete against each other or see each other often? How does that work, especially when it comes to relay? Because you have to have a lot of trust, right?
Yeah. So for like Team USA, it's definitely different because we have such a big pool of 400-meter runners that can, like, some of them run the two, some of them run the four hurdles, some of them run the eight. So you kind of really never know, but you know that you need to be ready when your name is
Hmm.
called. And then I think it's just kind of like for the women at least, I can't really speak for the men sometimes, but like we have like I think we just all trust each other. Like
Hmm.
we don't all hang out all the time. Like we're professionals. We don't all train in the same camps. I don't see these women every day. But when we do line up at the biggest stage, we're done with our individual events. And now it's about just being able to represent Team USA with pride and just trust that each person will get their job done. So like no one's overstepping. Like fourth leg is not going to tell second leg how to do their job. Second leg's not going to tell first leg how to do their job. Unless, of course, like, some people, like, if this is your first championship, they may have questions, so you give them some advice. But, like,
Hmm.
I don't think anyone's really, like, bigger than the program or, like, feel like they can't speak up and ask for questions if they need him. But, I mean, I think we just trust each other to just run your leg. And if you run your leg, it's fine. Like, just pass the baton off in first. That's always the
Yes.
number one. Like, keep the main thing, and win your leg.
Yes.
I like that. I
Yeah.
mean, because I always wonder, like, what is it? Because we all see the Olympics and we all see the men's 4x1 who are, they're notorious for not getting the baton around. So we're like, what's going on with the relay teams?
Yeah,
So
I really can't like speak to like the men's like 4x1 or the 4x1s in general, not even the women. Like I really can't speak to that because I run the four. So,
right. Well, I'm just saying with the with the
yeah.
with the relays and how they build the trust and how they put people together. Like we
Yeah.
nobody else knows.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
there's like typically like relay camps and they work on it when they can, but the main thing that we all want to focus on is your individual and getting that
Hmm.
individual medal. And then when it comes down to the relays, it's at the end, it's like, okay, now it's really, really time to lock in on that.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I don't really know what happens on the 4x1 side, but on the 4x4 side, it's like, no, we're ready, we're locked and loaded. There's no blind exchange. So I think we kind of get a lot
Hmm.
of
yeah.
extra grace with that. So,
Yeah. So what like for you, like it's
mhm.
been a lot of what's been the toughest part about this journey when it comes to where you are to being a world champion, Olympic champion?
Yeah. I mean, I think the hardest part is definitely like it's the journey because becoming an Olympic champion, becoming a world champion, it's not overnight and it's not in one season. I think it kind of starts at the beginning and just really staying rooted in who you are and not getting lost in the sauce or not taking the losses so personally and being able to shake it off. And, last year I didn't make the Olympic team, and that was probably one of the toughest moments in my career for me. because there was really no world that I didn't see myself not making that team. Like I had made maybe 4 or 5 teams before that. Like it almost felt like it was a given. And so it just taught me like don't take a single moment for granted. Whenever I step out on that track, I have to put my best foot forward. There's not another chance to do it. And so this year it was like, I have to keep the main thing the main thing. I have to focus on my lane. Like, I know it's so cliche and everyone's like, you got to focus on your lane. You got to focus on your lane. But it's like, no, you really have to focus on your lane. Because if you're focused on lane 2 or lane 7, it could throw off your whole race. And now you've missed one of the biggest teams of your career. And so that kind of just really fueled me going into this season where it was like, I just need a chance to just focus on Lena Irby Jackson and focus on what I can do and go to practice and it just be all eyes on me and let's just get this thing done. And I think that really helped me going into this season. And I'm even more excited to go into next season. I'm back with my coach who was coaching me at UGA. So I'm in Nashville now. And
Hmm.
I don't know, it just really worked. Like that's a dynamic duo right there. Like we just have the recipe. So I'm excited. This is what we did in 10 months. I can't wait to see what we can do in 20.
That's
Right,
cool.
right.
So that
It,
was the coach
it's
where you won NCAAs.
Yeah.
Was that coach?
yeah, I was
And
gonna say
Nashville's a
this.
beautiful place. That's where I came
It
from.
is.
Are
It
you from
is.
Nashville?
Yeah, that's where I moved up here from.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So you talked about overcoming adversity and kind of switching what you did before and kind of, it's
Mhm.
just tunnel vision focus on you, which makes sense. But I could see how for you as a like very humble and giving athlete, you want everybody to be so it's like, oh, this person this way, this person that way. So how do you balance the pressure of performing with still enjoying the sport, right? Because even as you're describing the adversity that you dealt with, I still see joy on your face, right? It's like,
Yeah.
that was a detour, but you're
Yeah.
smiling. So how do navigate that?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I give a lot of credit to my team. I think having a team is very important, like having not just the right coach, because I mean, are very, very important, but like your family, like there's some people who are suited for motivation, and some family members are just kind of like, hey, I'd rather you watch this from home. But like knowing your circle. So, like, you guys know my parents, you guys know my mom. My aunts, they travel to almost every meet. They were all the way out in Tokyo, and like my grandparents, like they're always rooting for me, always rooting for
Yes.
me. So it's like it's reassuring to know that there's at least one person in the crowd who's always rooting for me, win, lose, or draw. In addition to my husband, he's extremely encouraging, always holding me accountable, kind of giving me the side eye if I pick up some hot Cheetos. I'm kind of like, okay, like mind your business today.
Like you
But
deserve
then,
it.
yeah, and then like on the medical side, like having the right chiropractor. I mean, Dr. Ware was my chiropractor in high school, and it was important, like to
Yeah,
have that
yeah,
medical care, and then finding like the massage therapist too. Like not everybody's suited to be putting their energy on your body. I'm a
yeah,
very strong believer in
absolutely.
energy. So
Yes.
like you just have to find the right people to go into what makes your body go and
Hmm.
all the things. And I think this year I had that. And I was talking about the medical side, and a lot of people don't really touch on it. But I also had a sports psych therapist, Dr. Bria, and she was extremely helpful. And especially after I didn't make that team, like I hate the place I was in when I didn't make that teams, and I knew
Hmm.
that I needed help. And
Hmm.
it's like, when you have an injury, you go to the doctor, you do the PT, but I had an emotional injury.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there was one thing she told me when I was in the pits in the trenches, and it was like, Lena, this is just dirty laundry, and we'll just take it off. We're taking the dirty laundry off. So now we've got the dirty laundry off, and that's how you're seeing all the joy. And she's like, even now, like it doesn't stop. So now we've got the dirty laundry off. We got to put it in the washer machine. Then we got to put it in the dryer. And then your job's still not done. You got to fold it. You got to put it up. So just having the right team that
Yeah.
can help inspire the joy in this sport, really. It's
Absolutely.
long-winded.
No,
No,
not at
no.
all.
I mean,
Because
it's no, because I'm like nobody thinks about that, and you're right. No one really talks about the emotional side of it
Yeah.
like that on that level, especially. They're just like, "Oh, you're disappointed. Shake it off.
right,
Come on
Yeah,
back."
right.
but
But I
like it's
mean,
like this is deeper than disappointment. Like you trained your butt off for months, for years for this moment, and it just, you know,
yeah,
when it's someone else's day, it's someone else's day.
right. Well, there's that. But speaking
Right.
of a day, like how was that? What was the feeling like when you became a world champion and record holder?
Yeah.
What was that feeling like?
It was relief. Honestly, it was a lot of relief because like we trained for this. Like I wanted to peak at the right moment. There was a lot of grunt work. There was a lot of days where coaches screaming at me, "You gotta die to get to heaven." Like there was a there was a lot of that. So it was like I'm finally on the other side and there was no doubt. There was no fear. There was no trying to be fast. I was just fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt like, oh, like this is so good. Like it was all smiles. Like and I can't wait to do it again. Like it was like I'm looking
Yes.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next season. I'm looking forward to being in the trenches. I'm looking forward to hearing my coach scream, "You got to die to get to heaven." Like I'm looking forward
Mm-hmm.
to all of it. I don't know. I think I said it before, but it's just not taking anything for granted.
So would you say in that when you're saying not taking anything for granted, knowing what your end game is, always going to the Olympics, going to the Worlds, being a champion, would you say you look at other meets leading up to that differently, or because you know that's your end goal, right? That's
Um, no, I really do take every meet like it will be a championship, especially in
mhm.
my event. I mean, the girls are fast. Like,
Yes.
I think top 10 times were like 49.5. Like, you
Hmm.
had to run 49.5 to be in like the top 10 time this year.
Hmm.
So like when I go to these other meets, I'm just like coach like we look at a schedule, we look at the meets and it's like okay, training is geared towards being prepared for this meet on this day.
Hmm.
you know I just have to be prepared that day and always go for the win, always train to win.
Hmm.
And like when I go out there, like there have been some meets where I've like gone through the finish line not in top 3 or top
Hmm.
5, and it's a shock to me because I
Hmm.
know that I was prepared to run something today. And so
Hmm.
we got to go back to the drawing board. So yeah, I mean every meet
That's
is
great.
like essential to the highest caliber of being
Mhm.
a world champion medalist, being a Olympic medalist. Every meet's essential.
So how does that play into you staying focused and keeping your mind on the main thing? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
long season. You've been at it since probably January last year, and we just wrapping up in September. I mean, that's a long 9 months. It's probably longer than that because I know there's
Yeah, I
off
started
season.
training last year in November. But like in the like you sit down with your coach, you guys are coaches, and you map out the season and you set your goals. But then when we show up at practice on day 1, rep 1, set 1, timer says go, like you have to be in the moment. Like you have to be in the moment and making sure that these in the moments are stacking up to the moment. And
Hmm.
so, like, I'm not really looking too far ahead, but I don't ever want a meet to sneak up on me. So it's like every practice feels like preparation for the meet that's coming up.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
just like compounds.
So I'm hearing intensity in
Yes,
practice. It's
absolutely. You're like,
extreme
I'm
focus
focused,
and
I'm locked
intensity
in.
when you get
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
like I'm
Okay,
locked in.
Yeah,
Practice,
right.
it
meet,
it can
let's
be
get it.
intense. It can be intense. Like there are days where it's like, whew, we got that work in today. And then there are moments where it's like, hey, we need rest because you can't
Hmm.
overtrain.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You need to do active recovery today. You know what? I actually don't want you to come to practice at all. Get on a bike at your apartment and take your dog for a walk. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
there has to be a balance. And there is. I feel like I have a really good balance. And especially with my coach. Like with this coach that I'm with now, there's a really good balance. And I feel like we had a really good philosophy of like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So like, there's a
Hmm.
lot of times where she's had to slow me down. Like, Lynna, you're going 90%. I only asked for 75. What are you doing? And I'm like, I just feel great. And she's like, you didn't do anything all week. It was a down week. So like, yeah, there has to be, it is intense, but it's a balance.
Yeah, yes. What would you say is being an athlete, one of the life lessons, what it has taught you and how you carry that off the field, off the track?
One of the life lessons I've definitely carried with me is I don't know, when you're feeling these negative feelings, like feelings are fleeting. It's not forever. It's not gonna last forever. There's another side to this. You know, God will bring you through, and I think his timing is perfect. And I think it's just really led me to like really lean on my faith a lot, like especially through this sport, because like nothing's guaranteed. And God is in the business of handing out blessings, and today may not have been my blessing day, but someone else got blessed. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think a lot, there's been a lot to learn and a lot to take away, but that's definitely been probably one of the biggest.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, you were talking about the training. So I'm gonna step back here. What does a typical week look like? And like what
Yes.
are the most important drills that you would say you have to get in every weekend just to make sure you're on track?
Yeah. So a typical training week is like Monday is probably a tempo day. Tuesday, it's more speed and power. Wednesday, active recovery, which is like yoga, Pilates, a circuit with like a med ball.
Hmm.
Thursday's another speed and power day, and Friday is like extensive tempo. So it's like faster than Monday, but not Tuesday. Saturday is some type of endurance, and then Sunday we get completely off. And that's typically carried out through the whole season. And then it's like a 4-week cycle. So like the fourth week is definitely more recovery based, not as intense until we pick it back up.
Hmm. So what you talked about the hot Cheetos being your guilty pleasure.
Yes.
What does fueling your body look like to get through the training and everything that you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely transparent. Like, definitely something I'm still working on. Like, I feel
Hmm.
like my relationship with food is definitely processing. Like, food is good for you. You have to fuel. Like,
Uh-huh.
especially with the high intensity training, like my coach is kind of on me, like, did you bring a snack today? And most of the time it's no. There's a few times where it's like, I actually brought a snack today. But just the level that you're training at, like you have
Hmm.
to put good fuel in your body. Like these bodies are Ferraris and they need
Hmm.
good gas.
Yes.
So, you know,
Yes. You're dropping a lot of good. I know people gonna be
And I'm happy
dropping
that
a lot
you're
of good nuggets.
that you're eating well. I'm happy
yes,
about that.
yes. Healing my relationship with food because, at first you're a little scared to eat. You're kind of like, should I
Yeah.
be eating? Like,
Yeah.
we all heard the term fat don't fly. You can't be stuffing your face
Mm.
with donuts every day. So it's like, okay, no donuts, great. And then you think, what's next? If I can't have the donuts, what am I supposed to eat?
Right.
Yeah, you
So
might
you
have.
have to transition and you just have to, do what's best for your body and just develop a
Mhm.
good eating.
That's good. I love that you're being transparent, right? Because for the people watching, it's going to be like, "Oh, she does that, 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 that." So seeing
Yeah.
that authentic human side of you is very refreshing. Like we're all works in progress, even professional athletes. So
Yeah.
thank you.
But at least you're moving in the right
Yes,
direction, it
yes.
sounds like.
Yeah,
Now,
and USATF as well, like they provide good resources. So, like in this off season, I went and got like lab work, blood work, so that we could make sure that if there's anything I was lacking, I'm going to speak to some nutritionists that they offer. And it's like if there's some vitamins I'm missing, they can point me in the right direction. Like, hey, you need more vitamin D, eat more of this. You
Mhm,
need more iron, eat more of this. So,
mhm.
oh, so I'm on the right path.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Well, because I've been doing some different things in the office, and that was moving in that direction, doing like those type of tests and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I was watching Netflix, and we saw, what was that show, Fast or whatever, and we saw you.
Mhm.
I saw you on there.
I was on there.
Yeah, you were on when they were showing Gabby Thomas. You were on there, and I was like, huh. So
Yeah.
that brings me to my next question of like, do you have training partners that you really enjoy training with, or is there anybody
Yeah.
in particular?
Yeah, I've been in two pro training groups now, and all the women, I love all of them. Like I have good relationships with all of them. We've definitely had our fun days, but it can be really, really intense
Mhm.
because we're all competitive. We're all training to be number one. But if there were like two people that I had to name off the top of my head that I really enjoy and I'm probably the closest with of all, is my good friend Anavia Battle. She went to Ohio State and she got fourth this year in the 200. And then Shawnee Miller-Weibo. She's definitely one of my closest friends. She's almost like a mentor to me, and I really enjoy those two.
I can only imagine it being intense, right?
Yes.
And it's like a follow up to that. Would you say the intensity is like rep after rep, like y'all going at it? Or are some people talking crazy, like, yeah, level up? You you dogging? Like, did you eat a burger before you got like? Is it a mix?
No. So the
Okay.
women are less like that. I feel like that's kind of like a men thing to kind of be beating on your chest.
Yes.
But like the women are a lot more encouraging. I'll say that. Like everyone's encouraging, but like at the end of the day, like if you didn't have a good practice and somebody did, you are kind of going home feeling a little burnt. So it kind of doesn't matter. Like it shows up in the results. It's just kind of like, I mean, you don't have to talk trash. You just simply beat my ASS today. Like, it's like I'm gonna get you back tomorrow.
Right. The proof is in the times when
Yeah.
came across the line.
Man.
Oh, I love that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Now you get to go all over the world and race.
Yeah.
What are your favorite cities or favorite places to race?
Okay. So I'm probably going to be very, very biased towards Tokyo. That's the place that made me an Olympic gold medalist and now a world champion medalist, gold medalist. So I love the Tokyo Stadium. I love the people there. They're extremely hospitable. Another place I really love is Monaco. I ran there once and I am like dying to get back there. So hopefully this year I'll be on the Diamond League circuit to go to Monaco. That's definitely one of my favorite places.
Nice. So speaking of some of your favorite places where it's like you have a bias because you became a champion there, why don't you share with the viewers like what's on your pre-race playlist? If you remember, right? Like even then, or if it's something you're like, it's a ritual now, like I have to.
So I have a playlist called Win because when I'm like warming up, like I need everything geared towards keeping the main thing the main thing. We're going for the win, right? So like I have a playlist where like it's really about winning. There's a lot of, like a Drake song, I've got a really good team. We get really big rings, like things that are just really geared towards like winning. There's a Sia song, Unstoppable. I listen to that. Just really good like affirmations that I'm hearing, just putting me in the mindset of a champion before I go out and run. So that's my playlist.
Now the playlist gets you there, but what do you consider some of the best mental traits to have in terms of what's the mindset you need to go out and compete on that level?
You have to focus on like the process of what it takes to run the times that you want to see. So like if I want to go run 49, I'm not going to say, okay, I'm going to go run 49 today. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to get out of the blocks hard. I'm going to get on the back stretch and stay fast. I'm going to kick at 200. I'm going to breathe really hard at 120. Like I'm focused on the process of getting the goals that I want. And before the race, leading up to the race, I'm like in my notes typing, okay, it's 4:15 a.m. I just woke up. I'm feeling butterflies. Like everything is very in the moment. I'm on like I'll type, it's 3:15. I'm on the bus heading to the track. I just felt some nervousness. Like I just have to acknowledge the nerves and then move on because that's not going to help me win. I need to focus on the winning and the process to doing that. So just being like very intentional in the moment and focusing on the process of trying to achieve my goals.
So it sounds like a lot of visualization.
For sure.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, it's making me feel like I was there. You're like, oh, at this time,
right?
Butterflies, and it's like the things you don't know a pro athlete at that goes through. It's like butterflies. Other people looking like, why are you nervous? Like,
yeah.
But,
I mean, there's probably some notes in there that literally say like 2:13 a.m. I'm in Budapest and I just woke up and I need to be asleep. Like.
but low key, she just gave every 400 runner the formula.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get out the blocks hard, stay fast.
Got the keys. Yes. It won't stop anything I got going on.
But it's like recognizing, right, that the nerves will be there, but they don't take over you.
Exactly.
And,
they just need a space. They need an outlet. Like when I start feeling nervousness, I just go, okay, this energy is ready to come out of my body. Like that's what it feels like. It's like when I feel it in my body, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this energy to blast out of the blocks. Like,
Yes.
and it's gonna feel so much better to get it out.
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah,
love
or you
that.
can just transition it into something that really matters.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like that. I just talked about that in my book
Yeah.
Hmm.
about transitioning that energy.
Are you writing a book?
Yeah, I just finished. Well, I haven't published it yet, but I thought I had it around here. It's called Mind Over Miles, like turning your stress, anxiety, and all that into your superpower.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. Cause
Hmm.
I noticed that because Nasi is running and
Yeah.
Hmm.
she's she showed me some things. It's like this is not my coaching style. This is all new. We got the nationals and she got new on me and I had to get new. So I had
Gotta
to
go
figure
back to the
out something
drawing
like,
board, do some research.
yeah,
I like that though. I like
this
that.
this is a different breed.
It's
Right.
important also, I feel like, for coaches to be able to pivot to the athlete and meet their
Absolutely.
needs. So it's really good that you're doing that with your daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So speaking of, right, I mean, for people watching, they're going to know, like, okay, well, hopefully Lynna wasn't always at this point. The nerve, she can just take notes and say, hey, talk about the evolution of, going from
Yeah.
let's just say you started running at a very young age,
Yeah.
in high school, then college, and then professional. Like, how how
Yeah.
did that transition,
Yeah. Well,
work?
Coach
And I know that's
Ina, you
loaded.
were there at the Indy
Yes.
Storm days. And there were moments, and you've probably saw like behind the scenes where like I'm like looking at Coach Mike like I don't want to run this for like I'm like bawling my eyes out round one. Like
Yes.
why are you crying round one?
Yes.
But I think it's because I knew if I did round one, I was doing two and I was for sure gonna do three. So, I get the tears out. Like I have to acknowledge those feelings. And
Mhm.
I think that's
Mhm.
always been a thing. It was just how do we move on from there? Like how does this
Mhm.
fit Lena's life? Because who I was when I was 12 is kind of the same woman and athlete who I am today. It's just now instead of crying to Coach Mike, I type it in my notes. But yeah, like I mean, when I was first started out, I used to be really, really nervous, especially for the four. It's my bread and butter.
Mhm.
And I would cry. Like I would just feel like I just have to release this energy some way.
Mhm.
And I would say I don't want to do it. And I think there was a meet where they said, okay, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And I sat and watched, and I don't think I liked watching either. So I might as well just get on the track and do it.
Right, right.
And
No,
then,
yeah. No,
as I
that's why I wanted people
transition,
to know. Like, I
yeah,
don't think a lot of people recognize like the evolution of that side where it's just like, oh my gosh, this young lady
yeah,
is great at the four. Who would have known she's boo crying Coach Mike
yeah.
resting,
Like sobbing extremely
resting like
dramatically.
like she's never ran a 400 in her life, right? To now being
Yeah,
able to recognize that energy and how you take it out on the track in a different way.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. Less tears. I mean, the tears was definitely taking up extra energy. Like,
Hmm.
there's no need for tantrums.
Hmm.
No, not at all. Now, when did you know, like, throughout your high school and college career, when did you know you had what it took to be a world champion, to run on that level?
So I started running when I was 9. And I think when I was 10 or 11, I think I knew how far I wanted to take this thing. I think, what was it? Maybe my second year running with Storm, they were like, Lena, you're like top 50 in the nation. That's so good. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what that meant. Like, okay, I don't know why you're saying that. I guess this is something to celebrate about. And we go all the way out to Lincoln, Nebraska. It was one of my first during Olympic meets. And I ran the 100. I made it in the 100, not the 2 or the 4. It was just the 100. And I ran and I didn't make the final. And my parents were like, okay, let's go home. And I'm like, go home. The meet's still going. And they're like, you didn't make the final. And so that very next year, it was like, I didn't want to be put in a position where I had to go home early. I wanted to stay.
Hmm.
And if staying meant I was making finals and setting records, that's what I was putting my mind towards. And when I set my first world record at 12, it was like, okay, well, I want to keep setting records and
Hmm.
doing my best and being in the front. And I did my first like newspaper spread with the Indy Star with David Woods. And,
Mm-hmm.
I told him in that, like, I want to go pro. Like, I said that
Yes.
at 12, and, now I'm sponsored by Adidas and things
Mm-hmm.
are going well. I've been pro for 6 years. So I just know that when I look back on like my 12-year-old self, she's probably so proud of me. And
Yes.
I don't know. I think I just always knew. And
Mm-hmm.
especially facing that first piece of disappointment, like loss is really a part of success. Like you
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to bounce back and be able to set your goals to do better.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you ever had any pressure, right? Because again, that may be a behind the scenes thing that no one knew, but I think reflecting back, you had such an amazing village, right? You
Yeah.
had Storm, you had Coach Mike, you had your parents, you had your grandparents that were always at the meet, your siblings,
Yeah.
like everyone. So did you ever feel like you put even on yourself like unnecessary pressure, like, oh, I know that was the end game. Like you knew you wanted to be a professional athlete, but was there ever a time where you're just like, I just feel so much pressure on me?
Yes. Yes, I did feel moments of pressure, but it's like you said, I just had such an amazing village that was
Hmm.
already clapping
Hmm.
and already telling me like you've done a lot already. And so if anything, the pressure really came from myself and just
Hmm.
knowing like the goals that I've set for myself. And more than anything, I think I felt it in my professional career,
Hmm.
all the pressure because like these people are paying me to do
Hmm.
something that I love.
Yes.
So it's a different ball game, but I think I've got a great handle on it
Hmm.
now. I mean, 5 years later, but I do feel like I've got a great handle on it now and just I keep saying it, but just keeping the main thing, like this is something that I love. Win, lose, or draw, as long as I go out there and put my best foot forward and I stick to the game plan, like I can't ask myself of anything else more.
I tell you, it's been a joy for us to just sit and watch
Oh,
Yes,
because we've been
absolutely.
like I remember like when you came back, you were at a Storm practice, and I was just like watching like how you interacted with everybody else, and it was just
uh-oh, what happened?
it
Okay.
was just a cool situation. So I was like, and you're the same person you always were because
Absolutely.
like you remember when, this is coming out probably around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So, and we love to give our flowers like ahead of time. So I'm gonna give you this right now.
Okay.
Do you know that this top times situation is because of you?
What do you
Uh,
mean?
I mean, the first time you and I sat down and we were picking Nasi up from school, and I said, "What do you think about a track podcast?"
Yeah.
And you were like, "That would be great." And you were
Yeah.
the very first person I interviewed on this other podcast. And then I was like, when it was rolling, I was like, this was cool. And then I don't know what happened or why that fell off. But then when Coach Iden was like, I grabbed her and like coerced her into this. And I was like, we rolling. But it's because when I was just observing you, able to talk to you, see how you interacted with my daughter, I was like, she's done so much, but she's just like a beautiful person, and people don't get
Mhm.
Oh,
to see that side of
Yes,
thank you.
absolutely.
most athletes who are
That's very
like,
true.
dominant like that.
Yeah,
They don't get to see that. I
that's
mean, you're
very
coming
true.
off of somebody who won the 100, 200, and 400 4 years in a row,
Yeah.
and it's like she's cool with everybody from
Hmm.
little people to big people, and she was a nice person. So I was like, huh. But I wanted to let you know that because
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
yeah, so that was
it's
that
true.
was a big thing for us. And speaking of that, like what is it that you would want to leave in terms of your legacy for Indiana track and field, for
Yeah.
just in general?
So, I mean, like you said, like I've known you both for a really long time, and I've known a lot of other like pillars around the community, and everyone has always been so gracious and supportive of me. And I have always wanted to give back and always wanted to still be a part of that and also contribute to the community that helped shape me as a woman. And I know this February, me and my team are working on like starting like a track clinic for the kids out in Indiana and just getting more like kids involved and just really just fostering that community that helped raise me. And I do want that to be a part of my legacy. And I want to be able to look back and say that I helped changed at least one person's life, the same that you guys have all helped change and shape mine. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's cool. Well, we're still working on a couple things, but we're supposed to have our meet this year. We're still trying to get it together.
Yeah.
We have a championship meet in the works, and in that meet, like we're naming like different events after people.
Oh.
And so you already know the forest name. we just got to get our venue situation together. We'll probably have a couple smaller meets this year, and the next year we'll have it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, let me know when the meet is, and if I can support it, I'll definitely would love to be there and
Absolutely.
crown your winners. And
Yeah, that would be great.
Absolutely. Yeah. What advice would you say? And I know want to be mindful. It's like we could keep you on here all day, hold you hostage. What advice would you give for young athletes who, dream of competing at the highest level?
Yeah, I think if you set your goals and you say you want to do something, you got to keep that word to yourself. Like you have to commit to your goals. Like don't become derailed. Don't let your friends try and distract you. Like if you set a goal for yourself, try and achieve it to the best of your ability. And like keep your word. Like you have to keep your
Mhm.
word. If you said that you were going to do 500 abs today, do the 500 abs. If you said that you were going to train your hardest to make it to state, train your hardest and make it to state. Like if you wanted to try and go out for a college scholarship, put yourself in the best position to do that. And have fun. I think ultimately you have to have fun. Like I know I'm extremely intense right now, but like I do have fun outside of this. Like I love going to the movies. I enjoy a large bucket of popcorn. I think ultimately though, you do have to have fun. You have to laugh with your team. You have to have those silly moments. Do the TikTok dances, like all of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we see you. We see your Instagram. I saw something the other day. You almost fell down the stairs. I was like, see, trying to be cute.
Yes, try to be cute in front of that camera.
Well, Lynna, we thank you for joining us.
Yes.
This has been fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
very,
having me on.
very
It's
refreshing. And it's so
yeah.
amazing. Like as Coach Ware said, seeing you as that amazing young lady, your personality, your character is still the same. And so
Yeah.
love that you could take some time to chat and continue to inspire definitely the Indiana athletes. Like they're
Yeah.
going to be so excited to see this interview. So yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
and we're so
Awesome.
proud of you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely.
Thank
We
you.
are.
Dr. Ware, you've got to sign my book when you put it out.
We'll
Yes.
do it. It's coming out the 22nd of November,
Okay.
which it'll probably be. I guess it'll be out. Just come out when this interview comes out. So
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
I'll get you one. Yeah, if people want to follow you, I know you have plenty of followers, but we're gonna get you some more Indiana
Oh
followers.
yeah. Oh yeah.
What do they do social media wise? Where do you want them to follow you?
My Instagram, my TikTok. I am going to start like releasing YouTube videos, so definitely probably YouTube video. I can send you my link tree when we get off of here.
Thank you much.
Yes.